Angel, uh,
Yes.
for Monday, you prepare how many songs you prepare for?
We have prepared two songs. Is
Two
that
songs,
okay?
just only two songs.
Oh,
Okay.
you want more? How many do you want?
Yeah. 10 no more.
Wait, what then?
What
Yeah,
song?
yeah, seriously.
What's
Uh,
I think that you all can help together, can sing together. Yeah.
yes. So
Let's
we have
just
prepared what
entertain.
yes. So we have prepared one English song and then another Filipino song,
Yeah. Okay.
which I
Just
think which I think the visitors would be entertained and they can sing along as
okay.
well.
Just entertain the
Yes.
guests. Okay.
So we should probably prepare around how many songs? Five?
Yeah. In the morning.
Like what time was it? That's lunchtime, right?
Lunch time is about 12. You
Yeah.
can you all have to wait at the clubhouse at
Yes. Okay.
12. Okay.
Okay.
Speaking for today, teacher talk. Okay. Good morning, everyone. See you again in
Good
Abi Teacher
morning.
Talk. Yeah, and Abi Teacher Talk is teacher seminar on teaching and learning in new normal learning community in Rajendra School. And now it's live streaming, and we will post this live streaming on Facebook group Abi Teachers. And today we will talk with Mr. Angel, Junie, to Mambos, right?
That's
Okay.
correct. That's correct.
At the secondary level. Okay. Good morning.
Good
Good.
morning.
Yeah.
So I should present
No,
my screen.
please wait. Please wait.
Oh,
We have to talk about this first semester,
okay.
about first month, the early of the years, academic years. How are you?
I'm actually doing great. I kind of adjusted already since this is my second year teaching here in the school. So and also I know this the my students in M2, they were my students before in M1. So I have an idea already of who they are, what are their strengths, their weaknesses. So it's kind of easy for me.
Okay. I would like to know why. Um, why you're still as a teachers at Rajaniborn School for the second years, even if you can find a new place to teach, and why you select to teach here, to continue to teach here.
Um, I like the students. I like how the students are very how do you call it? They are very curious, and then they most of them not all though, but most of them are very curious and they're eager to learn and they're fun to be with. So yeah,
Yeah,
and also the school environment is great.
yeah.
The
And
food is good too.
you stay now in Bangkok. Near
Right now I am staying at Nontaburi. Bef
Nonthaburi.
yeah, last year I stayed at Bangson, and then the earthquake happened and we were living in the like 19th floor. So we found a place, another place where the building is not that much. You wanna come here? Sorry, we have somebody in here. We
Yeah.
have teacher. Hi.
Oh, good morning teacher Hi สวัสดี
Yeah,
ค่ะ
yeah, you can.
Hi พูดภาษาไทยได้นะโอ
Wait,
เค
let me just disconnect my headset so teacher Hi can.
โอเค โอ
Yes.
เค Hi ได้ยิน
Yeah.
พี่ไหม โอเคไฮพูดภาษาไทยกับพี่ได้นะโอเคก็ยินดีต้อนรับครูไฮนะได้เข้ามาร่วมสอนกับคุณครูทิเชอร์จูนี่นะทิเชอร์จูนี่หรือแองเจลนะครับก็เป็นวิชาคณิตศาสตร์ระดับนิยมนะตอนนี้พี่กำลังคุยกับทิเชอร์จูนี่มิสเตอร์แองเจลเกี่ยวกับว่าเฮ้ยทำไมเขาถึงยัง ปักใจที่จะสอนต่อที่โรงเรียนราชินีบนต่อนะทั้งที่เขาก็มีโอกาสที่จะไปสอนที่อื่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะก็เขาก็ตอบว่าเขาประทับใจเด็กๆนู่นนี่นะแล้วก็อาหารอะไรต่างๆบรรยากาศสิ่งแวดล้อมภายในโรงเรียนนะแล้วก็กำลังพูดคุยว่าเขาไปย้ายมาอยู่ที่นนทบุรีอะไรอย่างเงี้ยโอเค now you stay in นนทบุรี right
Yes, I am staying at Nonthaburi.
more near it's nearer
It's yeah, it's quite it's not that super near, but it's okay. Bikeable. It's around 14 kilometers. So yeah.
I think you used to be careful while you drive to school, right?
Yes. I
Yeah,
always ride my bike every single day.
right.
And I'm being careful too.
Yeah, because I think for mathematics teachers that you can teach in English, yeah, you are very qualified teachers, and we appreciate for your working
Thank
for
you.
the and the second years. And I think that you prepare something, the lesson
Yes,
learned, yeah, for
I did.
okay,
Okay, let me share my screen for a while.
you can. And if you're ready, you can present.
Sure, I will. Wait, I will share my screen. This one. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
All right. Uh, yeah. Okay. So good morning again for those who are viewing and listening and watching this. I am Mr. Angel, and I have here my partner, Teacher Hai, and we are teaching mathematics in Matayum 2 or lower secondary level. Now, for I'll just start off with telling you the topic or the lesson that we had last time. Is all about square roots and cube roots of rational numbers, and obviously it's mathematics. That's the level, and the time frame for this is for 2 periods, and I did it last 30th of June to the 4th of July. Now, let's talk about my lesson planning. I have three objectives for the KPA. For knowledge, the learning objective that I have is finding square roots and cube roots of rational numbers with factorization. So by the end of the lesson, the students should be able to perform this. And then for P, for the process, the students should be able to show the process and of finding the square roots and the cube roots of rational numbers. Not just show, but also like explain to me or to other students how did they do that step by step. And for attitude, the students should be able to be responsible for the assignment that is given to them. And of course, we're talking about square roots and cube roots. Square root, as we all know, there are uh, always two answers for square root, the positive square root and the negative square root. And they'll be looking or solving the square roots using factorization method. This is what I really to find this. AI is there. But I always tell my students, why do we still need to to find or to learn how to solve square roots using your hands, using pen and paper, using this strategy? And then some of the students also have that kind of question. So I told them that there will be this is kind of like um a practice for them to to improve their skills in accuracy, especially if they will be they want to be an engineer someday, or maybe an architect, or any profession that needs accuracy, skill of accuracy though. So this is the purpose why we are going to learn how to find square roots and cube roots using factorization method. Anyways, and the other one is for the cube root, how to find the cube root of A is a rational number where A represents as a symbol of the cube root like this. And they are supposed to find it the same with factorization method. Now, for the learning process, I chose game-based learning. So for the introduction, I gave them a quick review of the word factors, since they have already learned about factors before in M1, and we're using factorization method. So it would be fitting if we are going to review what factors are. And then I also reviewed the concepts which was taught by Teacher Hai, and the vocabs included. After that, I did a quick demonstration. It's a guided practice actually, using using examples in the books. There are in their book there is like a practice now portion where they can practice, and I did that with them. So it's kind of like a guided practice for them. So I demonstrated how to find the square roots and the cube roots using the factorization method. Then for the exercise, I gave them a short individual practice using the bookwork in the exercise part. That's in the exercise 2C, if I'm not mistaken. And then afterwards, this is where the game-based learning came in. I gave them a game. It's called Root Detective Case Files. So it's kind of like they will be imagining themselves as like detectives. So there's a crime scene, and they need to solve the crime, the mystery of the crime. How did the person die? Something like that. And in order for them to solve that, they need to oh, I forgot here with me. Wait, can you just give me a second? Just one second. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption. So I prepared these cards, and these are the root detective cards, and there are 8 cases here. And once they answer each of these, they will receive a like a number tile, and each of these number tiles at the back has a letter, and these will be clues for them to solve the mystery. And in each of these letter, I mean, they need to collect 8, since there are 8 cards, they need to collect 8 of these number tiles. And that means the answer for the crime, it's like an 8-letter word. And once they collected all the letters, they need to rearrange it and try to find out what or who killed the man. Anyways, so by that, the students were very eager and they were very active. And I see that all of them are doing it, right, Teacher Hai? Everybody was doing it. And even those students who are not that, who are still struggling, they were trying their best to do their task. So it's kind of like a win for me. Now, after that one, by the end of the period, I let it's kind of it's a sharing discovery period where I had one group or two groups to present their, because we don't have enough time. But one group have presented the one case file about the square root, and the other one is for the cube roots, just for the summary. And so I evaluated this using the bookwork, the in-game assessment, and then the group working behavior, and of course the desired attributes, which is them to be responsible for the assignment. So that's about my lesson plan. Now let's go to the actual results. So these are my learning objectives. Let's start with the desirable actual result. So for the desirable, in the knowledge objective, the students were able to find the squares and cube roots of rational numbers, most of them. Now, for the undesirable, some students need to redo their work until they find the solution. They were able to find it, but they need to redo, keep on redoing until they get the right answer. And for the process, the students are able to follow the steps and show their solutions using factorization method. But some students need guidance in following the steps of the method. They still need guidance. They still need to ask question, teacher, what's next, and so on. Even though I already put the on the board the process, they still need to ask. And then for the last objective, most of the students were engaged in the activities and focused to finish the task on time. But some or a handful of students doesn't show enthusiasm in the activity, especially on one particular class. Uh, there are students there that really not doing anything. Yeah, right. And then they still need. I still need to constantly prompt them and tell them to involve in the activity. Okay. So the lesson that I have learned in this class is that more than 50% of M2 students needs plenty of time to solve a single problem. The first two classes that I have, because I have 5 classes in M2, the first 2 classes we didn't finish the activity because I was doing the demonstration first, and then during the demonstration it took us a lot of time because I am doing it in a guided practice way where I ask them also to, so it's kind of like a question and answer portion. So it took us a lot of time. So we only have around 15 minutes for the activity, and so we didn't finish the. I thought 15 minutes is okay, but then they need to redo. So they didn't finish the activity for those 2 classes. But then I will tell you later what did I do. But for now, the second lesson that I have learned is that some students don't fully listen and they don't fully understand the lesson during a lengthy discussion. So maybe their attention span is not that much, very short attention span. So how would I apply this lesson learned for the next lessons? I need to be flexible on my time management depending on the student's needs. So what I did for the other 3 classes is that I shortened I shortened the time for the discussion. I really did my best to shorten the time and gave them more I gave them more hands-on activities. So this and also using simple English words. And also one of the thing is to use peer teaching, because I believe that students teaching other students is one of the most effective way for students for those struggling students to understand. And also it could help the students who are teaching, it could help them retain more information in their brains. So that's my presentation for today. Thank you so much. Any questions, sir?
Thank you. Please stop sharing the slide.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you have a very systematic presentation and systematic in your intellectual structure for preparing and implement the plan into the class. Yeah, and I appreciate by KPA in your learning objective, right? Yeah, and you can decide how to evaluate all the KPA. Yeah, all the
Yes.
KPA on the student learning objective and while you're teaching. Yeah, you can observe the student learning and the problem that's happened to see just what I see in your lesson learning. It's true that it reflect that you're a good observer while you're teaching. Yeah. And for the thing that I would like to discuss with you is about the learning process, and how to work with type teacher. Because the last 2 teacher I talk with is about science and future problem solving subject that they all have used 5E, 5E.
Yeah.
And for you as a mathematics teacher, you use the learning step from introduction and demonstrate exercise and conclusion, right? I I remember that is my
Yes, this is
model.
your
Yeah,
template. It's your template.
is my template that and how do you feel about this template or this
I
learn?
really okay. I really liked it because it's kind of is very it's complete. You know, there's introduction and demonstration, and during introduction, I just need to remind or review the students what my partner teacher Hai have already taught them, and then for the demonstration, just a short demo, maybe uh, two or one or two examples for the demonstration, depending on the case. And then afterwards, I just give the students the activity and let them do it by themselves. In that case, it will be more, how do you call it, meaningful for them, the learning.
uh, for your roles, for your role to use this model, this learning process, 4 step, right?
Yes, for
What
that.
step that in you teach
What
more
step do I teach more?
what step you teach more?
Yeah,
One,
only
second, and third,
I teach more during the demonstration because
demonstration.
that's where I am going. It's kind of like the direct instruction for students, the demonstration part. And then for the exercise, I just let them, but then I will not just let them do it and then I will not do anything. I will still be there to guide them if they need if they have some questions. I'm always there, or we are always there. Me and Teacher Hai will always be there to help the students and guide them throughout the learning process in the exercise.
Yeah, it's great. How to work together? How to work together between Kuhai and you? How to
So
prepare, implement the lesson plan into the
we
class?
we always communicate. I always ask her and which lesson are they at now, and then I follow through to their pace. I don't want to go ahead of them because it's if I would go ahead, it's kind of like the students don't have any prior knowledge about it. So it's better if I will follow what teacher has taught so that they already have their knowledge in Thai and I would just supplement in English. Be
Yeah.
easier.
How 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 to demonstrate clearly for a student in demonstrate the second step. What is the sub steps inside the demonstrate? How
Subs.
you sub step? Yeah.
So what
How,
I
how you begin and how you let the student follow your demonstrate and how to check the student can run
okay.
operate. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I normally do in the class is that I give an example, I show it on the board, and then I sometimes I use PowerPoint to show them step by step, but most of the times I really like to write using my hand. Yeah, I really like to write it down because it would be easier for the students to see the steps, you know. And then so every step that I do, I will not just do it and I will not just say, I mean, I will not just demonstrate it like step by step like that. But I would ask them what to do next. What do you think is the next step? So in that way, I will be also assessing them where they are at. And if they cannot answer that question, that's where I will supplement them more. I'll give them more facts and information.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Uh, course of English competency for a student that like an obstacle for them to learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw your lesson learned that if you have a very long or continuing conversation or discussion about the how to solve this equation or something, yeah, the student will lack of the concentration, right?
Yeah, true.
How do you solve this problem? What technique you use for solve this problem?
So as much as possible, I would shorten it. But then if it really needs to be, or if I cannot shorten it, I would involve every student. I would let them involved in the discussion. If I see a student that is not paying attention, I would catch their attention right away and ask them. In that way, they'll be like, "Oh, the teacher is paying attention to me and looking at me, and I maybe I should pay attention as well." So that's what I do.
Because we have a lot of students in one class, and you say that most of the students are able to find the equation or something. Yeah, but
Yes.
the root, square root, cube root, they finish, but some students cannot, right? I think some students cannot. It's not undesirable for me. Okay,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
Okay.
it's possibility, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
possible. It's possible to happen because we all cannot teach the student to understand all the student. They cannot
Yes.
understand. So if we have some student that we can that we know that they cannot, we just correct. We just help them. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think it's something that we can predict that we will have some student cannot, but for undesirable is mean for me is when we have the long conversation, the
Yeah.
student the concentration, the
Okay.
student uh, left their mind from this lesson. Why you demonstration? For me. This is undesirable.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I should put it there.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about my opinion, you know.
Yes, yes. And
I just suggest what I think. Yeah,
mm,
don't worry.
that's correct though. That's correct.
เอ่อเอ่อครูครูครูไฮเป็นยังไงบ้างเวลาที่เราวางแผนการสอนร่วมกับครูจูนี่แล้วทำไมทำงานกันได้อย่างราบรื่นแล้วเด็กๆก็สามารถที่จะเรียนรู้ในในชั้นเนี้ยได้เป็นอย่างดีชั้นอะไรนะไฮม.2ใช่ไหมพี่ไม่ได้ยินเสียงไฮเลยอ่ะ
ชั้นม.2ค่ะได้ยินไหมคะ
ได้ยินละโอเค
โอเคค่ะโอเคดีค่ะ
เอ
เอ่
อ
อได้ยินไหมคะโอเคเวลาวางแผนก็คือเหมือนที่เราได้เขียนตามแผนไว้เลยค่ะก็คือหนูจะเป็นคนสอนตัวเนื้อหาก่อนแล้วก็ทีเชอร์จะเป็นคนที่ค่อยๆสอนเด็กตามแล้วก็พาทำกิจกรรมแล้วก็ทำพวกแบบฝึกหัดต่างๆไปด้วยกันนะคะทีนี้การทำงานมันก็เลยไม่ได้มีปัญหาอะไรเลยค่ะก็สบายๆค่ะทั้งคู่เลยแล้วเด็กๆก็ชอบเพราะว่าสนุก ในการเรียนสองคน
Okay. Why you can work collaboratively smooth with teacher High, Julie?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, because teacher Hai is a very easy person to go with and talk to, very approachable, and yeah, we just help each other. I don't know why. We just talk, we communicate regularly. That's it.
Okay. How many levels you teach mathematics? How many levels?
One level, only M2.
Only M2. And
Yes.
for M1, who?
Teacher Joanne.
Teacher Joanne.
Yes.
Yeah. Work with who? Thai teachers.
With teacher Art.
Art. Okay. And for M3, who?
M3 is the teacher Danielle, and she's working with teacher Fon.
Okay.
Fon.
Okay. I think I have to check and assess what happened, why they work collaboratively, and I also appreciate when you can work collaboratively smooth with who Kru Hai, okay? And I'm so appreciate on your attempt to use the model that I suggest. It's not the template, but it's the model of learning
Yeah.
that
Mm.
I teacher high as Thai teacher can introduction for its student. First, the student can get the basic information, basic data, basic vocabulary from teacher high in Thai. And then when you demonstrate, the student can follow and try to understand the short words, okay? Short words, short conversation, step by step from you, and they're familiar with your uh, explanation.
Yeah.
And then exercise by themselves, right? By themselves, right?
Yes. Yes. By themselves.
Why do you use game as a technique?
Because I know the students from before and they really like games. So and then I have noticed, I have observed that a lot, most of them, like most of them, even the ones who are struggling, when we do games, they will be active. They will
Yeah.
be they will be doing it. So yeah, I used games.
Do you know what are the principles of game for education, game for learning? Yeah. Do you know what the principles? What are
Principles, I actually don't. Honestly, I don't know what are the principles of games.
okay, when you try to use game technique, you
Mm.
have to organize the content from
Yes.
easy, from
Mm.
simple to complex, from easy to difficult, right? Step by step. And for example, you have the first the first stage. The student have to do some exercise at the very simple or easy. When they finish the first stage, you give them the second principle is the positive reinforcement, you know,
Mm. Okay.
reward, reward for,
Reward. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
is build them. Yeah, for
Yes.
example, when we play the Mario game, Mario, you
Uh-huh.
ever, yeah,
Yes, I played that before. Yes.
yeah, we get some points, some coins or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a reward when we or we get more life.
Yeah, yeah, true.
When we pass through the stage. Yeah. So the second, the two principles for game techniques, the first is organize the content from easy
Mhm.
code or from simple to complex. And the second is about to give them the reward when they pass through the stage by stage, is will force them to go or to improve more and more. Yeah, this is the game technique for you. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for presentation today. I'm so appreciate on your teaching and hope
Yeah.
you are you both work collaboratively smooth well
Yes.
to continue. Yeah, to continue and hope you will teach here for sustainable. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.